All you would have done is to just be silent about it because it's already there. It's not like they lied. It's not like it was just a publication being written about you. There is a video evidence. You said it. So what did they do? They just did their job. They did their job. What you should be looking at is somebody in your press, the government's press crew, that didn't know that at a particular time there's some kind of conversation that maybe your principal want to have, and other media houses, they're not supposed to be there. So that is where they messed up. That is not on the press, who somehow you saw. It's not like they stole the shot. The shot was well taken. So you saw them, and it looked like you were even talking to the camera. So what were you thinking? That they were not going to report it? Especially when the news has been there that are you going to defect or you're not going to defect? And now you're somehow confirming it, or you're confirming it that you're going to defect, and you think that is not hot news, or that is not a breaking news. Like, what is wrong with all of you, these politicians? What is wrong with you people? So, on Friday, a video of the governor of Ibom State, Osih-Oyelude, was published by Channels Television, where the governor was telling members of his cabinet that, like, it was no longer news that he's about to defect to the APC. He's currently in the PDP, and those who are not ready to defect with him should resign immediately, that he's not ready to, have anybody in his cabinet who is playing anti-party. So he made that statement. Apparently, he didn't want that, that video to be in the public eye. But at last it was there. So take a look. When we come back, we'll talk.
Our commissioners are members of ESCO's appointees. I'm told some of you are admitting that you will not come. You're free. Absolutely free. You're free not to join me. But you won't be in my state executive council. So you better just prepare to resign the day I announce that I'm moving. Because you cannot. You are not, you don't hold you are an appointee, and your loyalty is to the appointer. Is that the word? Your loyalty is fully to me. You can't be in my cabinet and play anti-party. It's not possible. So you either choose, it's not a threat, it's the truth. It is what it is. I won't beg you to come. You should normally don't even expect it. Support me, and he now says, I can't support you again. Hey, it's fine, you have a right to do so. But the right you don't have is to remain in my cabinet after I leave.
So that video kind of embarrassed him. And I'm wondering why, because it's no longer news. Everybody actually, I'm not sure there's anybody who follows politics in Nigeria who is not aware that you want to defect. And you coming out, maybe because maybe you're a pastor, you didn't want it to come out that way, but you were talking with confidence, looking at everybody. So you were very sure that the cameras were there. So now taking it out on reporters who were just doing their job is something I don't understand. So anyway, days later, Premium Times reported that the governor of the state, Osih-Oyelude, barred Channels television crew from coming to the government house in Akwa Ibom State, that's in Uyo. And I'm like, what? Why? They were just doing their job. If you didn't want that, speech to be in the public, why didn't you tell the press to leave there? Why didn't you tell the press to leave there? They were there doing their job, and you were talking boldly. And I'm wondering why this is causing you some kind of embarrassment, because that is the only reason why you will, bar the press. Or are you embarrassed because of all the other things you said? More like reading riot act for members of your, cabinet? Defect your defect in peace. Don't take it out on the journalists who were just simply doing their jobs. They were just doing their job. And again, you see, politicians will always be politicians. A platform that made you the governor today, all of a sudden, you listed all the problems that they have because it doesn't look like it's a party that you want to run for second term, but this is the same party that gave you the position for your first term. This is the party that worked for you to be the governor in the first place. So if everybody decides to jump ship just like you want to do because it's looking like there is a problem at the leadership level, who would solve it?
The PDP. I want to stay in the PDP. But clearly I don't have a roadmap to guarantee that I'll be able to have a smooth sail in the elections. Not because we won't win election. In this state today, with the work that all of us have done, even if we contest on a zero party, we will win this election. There's no doubt about it. We've worked very hard. But we know that at the national level, that our party is not coming together. Every day we don't, secretary, this and that. And so you take your form, they sign it to INEC, and then you run all the elections, you perhaps win the election, and just on technical ground, because the wrong person signed your form, you lose everything. I'm not going to be stupid to stay doing that. I love my party. And in this stage, in any case, we're running like there's no party. The only agenda we run in our state is the Arise agenda. No party in this country have clear ideological differences, and I challenge anybody to let's take that debate. I will want to have that debate to show me the ideological differences of each party that we have in this country. People just move.
A few days ago, the governor of Delta State did the same thing. And you just go, I don't know, people are just waiting for you to do it because they already know you want to do it. So now taking it out on members of the press, in this case, a Channels TV crew, is something that for the kind of person you are a pastor, you're somebody who has always, presented yourself like somebody who respects rules and regulations, somebody who, respect freedom of speech, respect press freedom. This is just not what is expected of you, Mr. Governor. No. No matter how embarrassed you are, you said it. You said it. So the International Press Institute, the IPI, is now calling on the governor to recall the journalist, that's the Channels TV crew, that he, barred from coming to the government house. So Channels TV is reporting that the International Press Institute, IPI, on Sunday called on Governor Osih-Oyelude to recall the Channels TV journalist expelled from the Akwa Ibom State Government House in Oyo. The crew, a journalist and a cameraman, were evicted over the publication of a video clip, that's the video I played earlier, in which Governor Osih-Oyelude finally confirmed that he is defecting from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress. But in a statement jointly signed by its legal advisor and chairman advocacy committee, Toby Shoniyi, and secretary of advocacy committee, Chiaka Ugu, the institute wants the state government to rescind the eviction. This is just so reckless. Abuse of power and trying to gag, the media, and it's not even necessary. All you would have done is to just be silent about it because it's already there. It's not like they lied. It's not like it was just a publication being written about you. There is a video evidence. You said it. So what did they do? They just did their job. They did their job. What you should be looking at is somebody in your press, the government's press crew, that didn't know that at a particular time there's some kind of conversation that maybe your principal want to have, and other media houses, they're not supposed to be there. So that is where they messed up. That is not on the press, who somehow you saw. It's not like they stole the shot. The shot was well taken. So you saw them, and it looked like you were even talking to the camera. So what were you thinking? That they were not going to report it? Especially when the news has been there that are you going to defect or you're not going to defect? And now you're somehow confirming it, or you're confirming it that you're going to defect, and you think that is not hot news or that is not a breaking news. Like, What is wrong with all of you, these politicians? What is wrong with you people? People look at you as, they look at you different. They feel like, okay, you are not like, you're kind of different. You might be a politician, but you're different because of the way you carry yourself, because of, your appearance, and because, again, you're a pastor. But apparently with this, your action is like you're just like them. You're just like them. And it's just not looking good on you at all. It's not. Nobody wins, a fight with the press, with the media. Nobody. Because these people didn't do anything. They didn't commit any crime. They didn't break the law. They were just doing their jobs. So you now trying to evict them from the government house and say, some people are justifying it that, oh, Trump did it, but for those saying Trump did it during his first time in office, you also remember that the Supreme Court actually, overturned that, and I think it was a CNN reporter that Trump barred from, the White House, but the court actually brought him back. So there is if you're doing your job, you cannot use your power as the president, as the governor, as long as what you reported is not false, is not, you didn't do, you just did your job and you reported fact. Why would you want to, stop the person from doing his job by, evicting him from the government house in you? Like, this is just not making sense. You see, this new crop of, governors in the PDP, I don't know why you guys are looking for easy routes to power. Now, the party that gave you a platform, you guys are already governors for the first time. But you're looking at it thinking now that, oh, it doesn't look like this party is going to guarantee me a second term. And all of you are abandoning the PDP. You don't want to stay to fight for this party. So this party you're running to, the ruling party you're running to, if they didn't keep the party together, where would you run to? You people, PDP, you just have allowed the APC to swallow you people because you're looking for the easiest way. Okay, where will guarantee me second term? Let me run down there. Delta State, a historical PDP state, just gave out the state like that. And Akwa Ibom, just like that too. That's how Cross Rivers did. Like, it's just not fair. Why? And all the defection from what they've said is just strictly selfish reasons they're all given. Selfish reasons. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm guaranteed a second term in this. Why not you work? Nobody, it's not Abuja that will vote. It's the people in your state that will vote. So if you work for the people in the state, they will vote for you. I always take Lagos as an example. Governor Babatunde Fashola was the only governor of AC that later became ACN for a very long time. Every other state in Nigeria was either PDP controlled or I think ANPP or APP controlled at that time. Only Lagos. Fashola held the state. Even when he finished his first term, he was trying to go for second term. There was this rumor that then Tinubu didn't want him to go for second term and all of that. But his work spoke for him. He did the work and the work spoke for him. So now all of you running in these PDP states now, running to APC, you are saying because you want the center, you want to work with the center so that you guarantee your second term. Why not you work for your state and it's your people that votes for you? Now take Anambra State for instance. Anambra has been APGA. No state, no matter, and you see the funniest thing, Anambra State does election off season, not with every other person. But you see, they've solidified APGA in that state that even PDP and APC cannot even wrestle power. Why? Because the people, they've bought into the ideology of APGA. So APGA is firmly rooted there. Anyway, if you like, defect to a Republican Party, to Democrat Party, to the APC. Just shall call the reporters, back. They were just doing their job. That's it. It's you that didn't, or your handlers that didn't know that the press was not supposed to be there for this discussion. So they haven't done anything. They haven't done anything. And I don't know why you are food dragging. Defect your defection in peace. Just defect in peace. And there is no need trying to subtly threaten your members of your cabinet. If they want to go with you, they will go with you. And I hear that Governor Udom Emmanuel, that's the governor that actually helped him to come to power, is not going with him. He's still in the PDP. Anyway, the coming days we'll see how all this plays out. We're following, we're watching. And in the meantime, just got back the journalists. They have done nothing wrong. Okay? All right. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.